Although bypolls are generally considered a done deal even before polling, given the historically high probability of ruling parties winning, the latest round of contests in 5 constituencies across 4 states were keenly watched for 2 crucial reasons. One, to understand whether the Bharatiya Janata Party has been able to expand its footprint anywhere outside its now established perimeter of northern and western India. After all, the BJP is currently celebrating 11 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government. And two, to know if any of the opposition parties, especially the Congress, will show any concrete signs of a revival before the all-important Kerala and West Bengal assembly elections early next year. Hello, I am Ajoy Ashirwad, Political Affairs Editor of The Wire. The outcomes of the bypolls conducted on June 19th were a mixed bag for the 2 principal national parties, but clearly signaled that the BJP is still struggling to swim against the tides it faces outside its comfort zones. On the other hand, the results that came on June 23rd have shown that the Aam Aadmi Party isn't a pushover. Its comprehensive victories in Visavadar in Gujarat and Ludhiana West in Punjab reflects its ability to bounce back, especially after being written off by many observers following its defeat in the recent Delhi Assembly elections. The BJP won only from its bastion, that is Kadi in Gujarat, while AAP bagged 2, Ludhiana West in Punjab and Visavadar in Gujarat. The formidable Trinamool Congress retained Kaliganj in West Bengal, and the Congress sprung a surprise by wresting Kerala's Nilambur from the ruling Left Democratic Front government led by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. Crucially, the BJP and the Congress contested all the 5 seats. Soon after it won the 2 seats, AAP chief Arvind Kejriwal pointed out that the party's win in Visavadar is a testament to its long-term presence in the state. He said that after the state's assembly polls, the Congress lost to the BJP in all 5 seats vacated by parties' elected defectors. The Congress had won 17 seats, but 5 MLAs left to join the BJP. On the other hand, Kejriwal said that only one of the 5 elected AAP legislators joined the BJP. The former Visavadar MLA Bhupendra Bhai Gandu Bhai Bhayani defected to the BJP, but the party won from the seat again in the bypolls, showing that the people of Gujarat wanted a change in Gujarat. He also said that the victory in Punjab is also a stamp of approval for the Bhagwant Mann government in what was the maverick leader's own way to dismiss several commentators who had been indicating a surge of anti-incumbency sentiment against the state's Aam Aadmi Party government. It is indeed a feat for the Aam Aadmi Party to win Visavadar for the 2nd time in a state where BJP dominates every layer of politics. But it also signals a larger switch in Gujarat. Visavadar in Junagadh district had been a Congress bastion for ages. The Saffron Party has not won this seat in the last 18 years. AAP had secured over 10% votes in the very first election, and most of its gains came at the expense of the Congress. The division in the opposition votes led BJP to its biggest victory in the state, although its vote share remained more or less the same in comparison to past elections. But Aam Aadmi Party gained from its spirited campaign, concerted efforts to combine anti-BJP social forces and new aspirational voters, and a promise of honest governments at a time when a complacent Congress persistently ignored its problems in the state. A never-ending leadership crisis, lazy and listless opposition to BJP's state government, and failure to defend and retain its upcoming leaders like Hardik Patel and Alpesh Thakur are only some of the problems in the party's Gujarat unit. Visavadar was won by a similar Patidar leader, a Patidar agitation face, whose Gopal Italia has remained with the AAP, but to Kejriwal's credit, he was appointed to take on the BJP in what would have generally been an uneventful by-election. His win has now catapulted the AAP and the memories of the Patidar agitation once again in the state. AAP has successfully signaled that it may be the only natural alternative to the Congress in the state. How a large chunk of the traditional Congress voters in Visavadar switched to the AAP camp in the last 2 elections is a case in point. The Kejriwal-led party's performance in Visavadar has also shown that it retains its base in Saurashtra and Kutch regions and could well become the largest opposition force in the days to come. The AAP surge in Gujarat will clearly come as a challenge to the Congress that has finally woken up to take stock. Rahul Gandhi, in one of his recent speeches in Gujarat, had pointed out the alleged presence of the metaphorical Judases in the party state union. He said that although some of its leaders are in the Congress, they were more agents of the BJP. The Grand Old Party has also begun a pilot project to implement one of its decisions made at the 2022 Udaipur declaration, which is to make the party's district units more socially representative than before in Gujarat. It has also implemented leadership changes and has been engaged in taking steps to transform the party's unit. How such efforts by the Congress pan out as AAP continues to make an impact in Gujarat will determine that who between the two opposition parties emerges as the primary opposition force in the assembly elections slated for late 2027. The choice of Sanjeev Arora, the other AAP candidate who won in Punjab's Ludhiana West, too came as a strategic winner. Arora, currently a Rajya Sabha MP, enjoyed considerable popularity. The BJP had invested all its energy in the Punjab bypolls. It was especially a test for its new state chief, the former senior Congress leader Sunil Jakhar, who had joined the BJP after the assembly elections. Given its high number of Hindu voters in Ludhiana, Arora, with his strong goodwill, staved off the BJP candidate and otherwise popular figure Jeevan Gupta. The Shiromani Akali Dal, Badal, BJP's former ally, which was looking to make a mark in the bypolls, finished a poor fourth, indicating a strong possibility of an emerging bipolarity between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress in the northern Sikh-dominated state, something that could very well reflect in the next assembly elections. Now let us talk a little about the Congress. Its poor show has a silver lining. The Congress sprung a surprise by winning Nilambur by a margin of over 10,000 votes. Its candidate Aryadan Shaukat defeated one of the rising stars in the left, M. Swaraj, and former independent MLA PV Anwar, who had resigned recently after a fallout with the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. With this win, the Congress-led United Democratic Front may have put to rest multiple speculations about its alleged scattered game plan ahead of next year's assembly elections. The Congress was facing a severe leadership crisis over the last 4 years after the Left Democratic Front unusually came to power for successive terms in the state. Its leaders fought openly, showed a conflict of interest with the central leadership, and its allies signaled a change of priorities vis-a-vis its partnership with the Congress. The central leadership recently bypassed all such conflicting interests in the state unit by appointing the little-known MLA Sunny Joseph and Member of Parliament Adur Prakash as the UDF convener and gave leadership positions to underrepresented communities, showing that it was ready to make its social representation strategy more democratic. Nilambur Bypolls was the party's first crucial test, and it shined as the UDF constituents got together to show that it means business. The Nilambur loss will also come as a dampener for the LDF, especially the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who has already started a campaign claiming that there was no anti-incumbency against his government, sharing a governance model for the future, and announcing executive decisions for his third consecutive term. It has also fueled the perception that the UDF was down and out without any clear vision of the state. However, the Nilambur outcome is going to reverse much of that as Kerala gears up for a stiff contest early next year. Now the all-important BJP. The big question that it faces is what's next for the BJP? Well, the Saffron party will like to forget about the bypolls as soon as possible. Although it contested all the seats and fought with all its money and muscle, it could secure only its safe seat Kadi and failed to register even a noteworthy performance anywhere else. Its candidate in Nilambur, Mohan George, could secure only a little over 8,000 votes in a fray where the winner received nearly 80,000 votes. In Visavadar, its nominee Kirit Patel lost by nearly 18,000 votes, which is quite sharp considering Gujarat is its strongest bastion. In Ludhiana West, it finished a distant third, while in Kaliganj, it finished a distant second, losing to the dominant TMC by over 50,000 votes in the strongly bipolar political environment of West Bengal. With yet another win, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has shown her hefty presence in the state again, in spite of BJP's resurgent campaign and several recent visits by BJP's top leaders like Union Home Minister Amit Shah to Bengal. These bypolls have yet again made clear that the BJP continues to struggle in untested waters. If the last decade in which BJP became a mammoth can be divided into two phases, the second half of it, that is between 2020 to 2025, will be counted as a period where the Saffron Party struggled to expand its electoral scope, or at best became stagnant after it ballooned in an unforeseen manner in the first half between 2014 and 2020. That it is wearing down even as Prime Minister Narendra Modi continues to display its Hindutva and muscular nationalism aggressively is something that is as clear as the sky. In spite of being the single largest party, it turned into a minority from 303 seats in the Lok Sabha to 240 in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls. The trend continues, irrespective of its assembly election wins in the states where it was already powerful, barring Odisha, which it gained. The Saffron Party has remained more or less like its 2019 avatar. It has shown signs of spark in states like West Bengal, Kerala, or even Tamil Nadu, but has still struggled to make a mark. Its concentrated portfolio in only select electorally dominant states could prove to be riskier than it may think, as its political capital can only dwindle in the future. Thank you.
द वायर के और वीडियोस देखने के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन पर क्लिक करें। स्वतंत्र पत्रकारिता की आर्थिक मदद करने के लिए डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए लिंक पर जाएं और अपनी राशि चुनें।